Hello, 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 hello. Sorry, y'all. I fell asleep. I'm tired, but um, I'm awake again, and I had to get a snack. So I figured some of y'all were still up, and lo and behold, here we are. Brad Mondo. Okay, so this is what I want to do. Um, Let me find it. Is it? Yes, this is it. Okay. How many of you saw the footage of the guy running? Yeah, the Flash. Okay, be careful. Oh, congratulations. You just had a baby on Friday. Well, that's definitely an excuse. I love you too. I doubt I sleep early. It's already late. Leslie, I don't know if what I'm thinking about is the same that you're thinking about. Do you have a timestamp or a link? Oh, thank you, sweethearts. It was fun. Do y'all ever get in a mood where you're just irritated with everything? You don't know why, but everything just pisses you off? Yeah, I'm there now. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me, but I'm there. Yeah, yeah, that's basically it. I think it's a combination of stress, Christmas, my birthday. I am tired. I am so tired. Oh, the kind of tired that sleep ain't gonna help. I'm sure y'all know what I mean. I do that every day, Lisa. Ugh. Yeah, it can. I did. I did hear about that. Their daughter found them. I can't imagine. Terrible. That's the that's what they're thinking. Yeah. Can't imagine that either. Y'all, as if this case is not crazy enough. Now all the damn people who cover it are fighting. Legit fighting publicly. I'm serious, y'all. It's crazy. Like I was scrolling, um, ow, while I, ow, that hurt. God, freezing. Um, I was scrolling and I saw this thing, and I guess Birdie was live, and he was talking about how, um, the narrative between the creators, and I'm just over here like Jesus. I don't know, but this is getting nasty. I saw where um somebody had put a thing up where Jules made this big long post about Birdie, and some of the people that followed her were saying things in the comments, and she was going back at the people. I'm telling you, this shit was crazy. Tony, get them to check your cortisol level too. No, hold on. Yes, Native, the one that I had on my panel. I had him on my panel, I guess, when he first started going live, and he wasn't as popular because he does all the conspiracy theories. Now that I guess his channel's blown up and he's on YouTube too, and oh God, I don't know, it's a mess. I am freezing. And this is not what I wanted.
Also, we gotta report first because you know,
Carla.
well, she can't talk.
Yeah, it's just a mess. And I mean, I'm to the point. This is the point that I'm at with the whole mess. Like, what's the point? Why? Just stop. All of they just all need to stop. It's not about which footage though, Leslie. I don't know. This ain't gonna be worse than once. Oh yeah, you're right about that. It's the same, and honestly, it's the same thing with Gypsy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that it's gonna get it's gonna get worse before it gets better. Oh, imagine that. Somebody else that I blocked and told to fuck off is talking about me in a chat on TikTok. Oh, if I had $1 for every time that happens. I'd be rich. Did Leslie tell me which video? Or am I just missing it? Does anybody know which video? I've been waiting to see it, but I don't see it. Oh, there's no doubt. Here, let me play that clip. Hang on. I'm glad you said that. Let me play that clip. Hang on. What the hell? Yes, we know who Farley is. Hang on, I'll show it to you. This is Tyson Farley. I need to find his current mugshot. People are trying to people. A lot of people are saying that it sounds like she says Murphy. I don't hear Murphy. That's him. Well, it was. So I want to read y'all this other document or this other article. He is a trafficker. Yes, he's known to. The last time he's actually in prison right now. Um, every one of his charges has been drugs. The last one the charge he was in there for when they let him out on furlough, mind you, in October of 2022, he was in jail because they found him in a car with over 250 fentanyl pills and fentanyl in balloons. Now, really, really, they let him out on furlough because one of his relatives was ill. So, listen to this. The man arrested last week on suspicion of carrying out a random, unprovoked knife attack during a poker game at a Washington state casino has a lengthy criminal record, including numerous convictions for assault. Prosecutors described him as a danger to the public. The judge set his bail at $1.5 million. The defendant, does this sound familiar? Clad in a white hoodie, was playing a poker game last Monday at the Last Frontier Casino when he calmly bent over and allegedly began stabbing the player to his left in the head with a hunting knife. Guess what he drove? Do y'all remember what the description was for the first vehicle that they were looking for? Does anybody who's followed this case from the beginning remember what they originally thought that vehicle was? No, this is a different one, Tony. This is somebody different. This is the man who was known to be friends with Xana's mother. This, I don't even know how you pronounce his name. It's Scott, Harmier, Harmier. If you were going to pronounce it like you do in Louisiana, you'd say Harmier, but I don't know if it's Harmier or I don't know. It was a Nissan Sentra, a white Nissan Sentra. Guess who drives that? Same car. This crazy ass man who stabbed somebody in the head with a hunting knife. I just thought it was interesting though, y'all, because, you know, typically, when somebody stabs somebody, how many times in true crime cases have you heard of somebody stabbing somebody in the head? Like in the actual head with a knife? Typically, they go for other parts of the body, not their head. That's a pretty specific location. Wouldn't y'all agree? I don't think I've ever, to be honest, sorry, I'm taking my medicine. I don't think I've ever heard of a case where somebody actually stabbed somebody in the oh my God, in the head with a knife. Now that I'm thinking about it. I can't remember, Tony. So listen. Get ready. Investigators who examined security footage said he began attacking the woman who had been positioned to his right at the table. When other casino patrons tried to tackle him, he swung the weapon at them, injuring several. He then chased a man out into the parking lot. When the victim fell to the ground, he started stabbing him twice. He then fled in a white Nissan sedan. The total number of victims was 5. A man and a woman were stabbed in the head, and another woman was stabbed twice in the neck. Anybody who's ever listened to me talk about true crime has heard me talk about pattern of behavior. Another man was stabbed in the forehead, wrist, y'all, listen, and shoulder close to the subclavian artery. Listen, if the man had stabbed one person in the head, I wouldn't have thought much about it. But you're not going to just be swinging a knife and accidentally stab 3 people in the head. And I think I know, in my opinion, I think I know why Kaylee had multiple types of wounds. Because I think they were inflicted by different people. Mowich has a charge for attempted strangulation. He also has a prior charge for attempted SA. This dude has an extensive history of assault, especially on females. Listen to this, y'all. As the deputy approached the car and told him to show his hands, he lit a cigarette and started smoking it as he smiled and was chuckling as he was taken into custody. There is no indication of a motive for the attack. No, this is the guy who went into the casino and stabbed 5 people, who was a known associate of Xana's mother. I find it interesting that Xana's mother comes up a lot in connection with these people. And if you listen to this, hold on. Let me get it. Okay. If you listen to this doesn't sound like somebody who's unfamiliar with this person. This sounds like somebody who is familiar with them. Like, because you don't, like, if I see somebody that I only know in passing, for instance, somebody who drops off drugs at my house, what do y'all hear? What in the hell? Thank you very much for the Cash App. Exactly, Tony. It definitely doesn't sound like somebody who's unfamiliar with the person. Yeah, I'm trying. Hmm, hang on. Yeah, exactly, Diana. Like she recognizes him, but she's not scared. I don't think she realized at that point. It's almost like she was surprised to see him there, but not frightened. Does that make sense? Yeah, almost like she's confused as to why he's there. That's a good way to put it. So watch this one. Okay. MCAT, he's the one that gave them the tip about Mowich. He literally told the police about Mowich being a suspect. They didn't give a fuck. It's like every damn thing else. No, he was not in jail at the time of the murders. He did not get reapprehended until the end of November. Well, Tony, it's not very far. All of these places. Now, watch this and tell me if you notice anything. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing this. It's fucking pissing me off. It's only when I play videos. I don't know what the fuck it is. Ever since they did this damn StreamYard update, when you try to share freaking video, it cuts out and buffers. And I don't know why. No, it's StreamYard. It's only when you try to share video. I don't know what it is. It's been doing it since they did their update last week, and it is driving me nuts. I have no control over it. They update it, and then you log on, and it's just like that. And they keep adding all this stupid shit that nobody cares about. AI banners. Who gives a fuck about that? I just want something I can stream on. I don't want no damn AI to make a banner. I know, I've already put in a support ticket. It's ridiculous. Hang on, y'all. Trying to see if I can do it this way. I don't think it's gonna let me do it this way either, which is pissing me off. Nope. And that's what I'm saying, Tony. I didn't notice until the other night that he came from that street. And this is at 3:20 a.m. 3:20 a.m. That's not a coincidence. And why is nobody talking about that? Why is nobody talking about the fact that there is a man dressed all in black running then walking to the dumpster at 3:20 a.m.? And I'm going to tell y'all something. There's a lot of crazy shit going on at that house across the street. I have seen a hell of a lot of videos. And I'm trying to find this one right now that somebody sent to me. That's not it. Yeah, I don't know if that's a pew pew. That is correct, right after that. Okay, here we go.
What is this mystery autopsy that took place on November 28th, 2022 in the Idaho 4 case?
Listen.
Yes, folks, this 31-page detailed laboratory report where they're testing a lot of different items show that there was an autopsy being done earlier that day, and that those samples were going to be added to the report. And I'm wondering who that could be, because the Idaho 4 victims, their autopsies took place on the 17th or much earlier. So what autopsy are they talking about? But check this out. Well, if you continue on in this 31-page report, the initials MC come up. So there was an autopsy for someone with the initials MC, and there were prints taken along with other samples that needed to be tested. Yes, check this out. And towards the end of the reports, they have the numbers listed and they put them down as possible suspect prints. Yes, number latent print 7. Prints may also belong to other names submitted, victims, and references. This report was generated on November 28, 2022, and all these samples, latent prints, possible blood, were all being tested, and they're waiting on information from an autopsy that was being done earlier that day. You guys decide for yourself. Who could that have been? What is this mystery autopsy that took place?
Mm-hmm. MC. They were questioned. They were. Actually, let me find that footage where they were questioned. Huh, fuck, I probably can't play it, but I'll play you when they were questioned. Actually, let's watch this one because this one has no, it's Nicholas Mowich and Tyson Farley. Listen to how these people who live around there, how these kids respond.
Your guys' roommates were here last night. You weren't?
She was next door.
Across the street. Okay.
Catches up. It is pissing me off. Listen to their behavior.
Yeah.
They left at like 3 a.m. and then I came back like around 5 a.m.
They're not gonna
And
go.
then we all came home like around like.
You think not gonna go, Grayson?
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
Her room is like right next to me.
And that was till about 5 a.m.?
Well, they left at 3.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Hey, guys.
yeah.
Have you talked to all your roommates and stuff like that?
Yeah, we
Okay.
kind of got the whole. Nobody like know what's going on. Yeah.
Okay. Did anybody hear anything last night? Anything like that? Suspicious this morning? Anything?
I fell asleep around like 11, and then I woke up around like 2 to like some yelling.
At 2?
Yeah, around like 2 or 3 to like some yelling. But it didn't sound like. It sounded like it was more down this way.
Okay.
So I don't really know. But that's really all I've ever heard. So.
What was your first name, man? And last name? And did birth grade?
99.
Phone number for you? And what's your address here? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Anything else comes up or anybody remembers anything, make sure to give us a call.
Well, thank you.
Moscow, please. Moscow, please.
Hey,
Hi there.
how's it going?
Good. Ryan with Moscow. Last night, did you hear anything? See anything?
No.
You live alone in here?
I do.
Okay. No screaming, no yelling.
No.
That's suspicious.
I didn't know anything happened until the text that I got, so I've
Okay.
just been hanging out.
Okay. All right. Well, if something comes up, if you see something, just call. Okay.
Is this the area?
I can't really give you any information. Sorry.
That's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, good luck. Thanks a lot.
Moscow, please.
All night and didn't hear nothing.
Hi.
She's coming back. Sorry, I'm
Okay.
yeah. Two of us in there.
Okay.
I wasn't home last night.
You want to find where were you at?
I was bait on. Oh, there's. I'm gonna go over there.
You weren't here. You didn't stay here last night.
No,
What time did you get home?
I probably got home around. I want to say 7
7 a.m.
p.m.
p.m.
yesterday, and then today I got home maybe around. Like 12:30, right when it's
Okay. Good.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You hear, see.
No, I got home right. But I didn't hear anything.
Okay.
Can I ask like gunshot? Is that what you're asking?
Just anything. Just any yelling, any screaming, any fighting. Nothing. Any cars peeling out. Anything idling outside for a long time that you noticed? Nothing like that.
No, the house is pretty quiet. I know that they had over like Friday, but
Now look.
yesterday.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. I will say those girls over there. I don't know. You've probably seen us staring through the window.
Okay. It's upstairs.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Okay. Thanks. Hey guys. Can you guys? Is it okay if you guys walk for now? We get.
We're gonna have to find a place to pick up.
Okay, because there's a
And put
chance
something else on.
you guys want to use your car later. This first you can block that for people going or leaving, so it might be best for you guys to walk. Just
Okay. All right. Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks for letting.
I'm gonna come with you.
All right. He's going to the house across the street. Listen. And look where that girl's going. The girl that was just telling him that she wasn't there.
Addresses. Hey guys. Hey, I'm Ryan with Moscow. Who all lives here? You four? Who was all staying here last night? Everybody was? Okay. She mentioned that somebody heard or saw something maybe.
I was walking home from the club at 3 a.m.
Okay.
I really don't know, I was drunk. But like, I think it was, I don't know if it was music or just some like a loud noise perhaps, but at 3 a.m. I was walking and
And you just heard something from where?
I don't know if it was music or like.
Do you know where you heard it from? Where it came from?
No, I was just walking right there.
Now, how the fuck do you not know if you heard music? This is the girl that we see. This is the person that we see coming home in the body cam in the surveillance video. The girl that walks down the street and goes into this house. So, because you're drunk, you don't know the difference between music, voices. What the fuck? Seriously? Seriously.
And I just walked home.
Okay.
There was someone just being loud. Was it Janice? I don't know.
Yeah.
Music
See her
playing
on the
on the
video.
speaker? Was it someone singing something?
Really drunk.
Okay. And that was at 0300 or at 3 a.m.?
I think so. I can get my phone and tell you when I got home.
You were
Yeah,
so
that'd be
drunk
great.
you knew how to get home, Mo.
What was your first name? What's your last name?
Amen, Stephanie.
And phone number.
It was right around 3 o'clock. You can hear it.
I'm a canine handler, so probably smells my dog.
Because when we watched it the other night, we said, "Oh, there's somebody else walking."
This says 2:34, but I went from the club to Catholic Cup again, and then walked home, so I'm pretty sure it was around 3. 3, like around that time later.
And heard you think it was music up that way?
I don't know.
Okay. Thank you guys. If you hear anything, obviously give us a call. Okay.
Listen to this.
Do you have any updates?
I can't. I'm sorry. You guys are just gonna have to wait for it all to come
How
out.
long are you safe?
Yes, you guys are safe. I mean, I would just make sure that you guys stay with each other and all stuff.
How the fuck can he set how the fuck can he tell them they're safe at this point as long as they stay together and in groups, when you've got 4 people in the same house murdered, not even a football field's length away from them? This part has never set right with me. Why would he tell them that? He shouldn't have. He can't tell them they're safe. And being in a group obviously isn't going to make you safe, because it sure as shit didn't them.
Yes, you're safe. As of right now, we don't know exactly what everything that's going on. So
Is anyone in the hospital? Can you tell us that?
I can't tell you guys anything. I apologize.
Okay.
Sorry.
Will you be notifying the missing patients?
We'll be families.
Families?
Yeah, as soon as we can. That's our first goal, right? We don't want any information to get out and then be notified in any other way. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Why would they all of a sudden think that the families need to be notified? Hold on, I just caught that. Hold on, I just caught that part. I didn't catch that. Why would she just automatically assume that somebody's family needs to be contacted. And he confirms it. Because if it had just been somebody being in a fight, their families wouldn't have had to been notified. Or if it had just been a loud party and there had been an altercation, families wouldn't have needed to be notified. So how the hell? That's what I'm saying. That's just a bizarre question to ask a cop to begin with. Now he's going upstairs for the next one. Listen.
Hey man, Ryan with Moscow. Are you and your roommates?
Yeah.
Mind if I step in and talk to everybody?
Yeah.
Hey, just you two?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, did you guys hear or see anything last night? Anything suspicious? Were you guys both here last night?
Yeah.
Okay. What were you guys doing last night? Sleeping? Watch a movie?
Yeah, we were just hanging out. We were just drinking a little bit and
Okay.
just hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were up until probably 3:30.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were up
3:34.
actually pretty late.
3:34 and
Yeah.
never.
Nothing. Yeah, it was pretty quiet.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks. If anything comes up, if you hear anything, give us a call.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Take care.
You want me to move that for you? I'm guessing you're with ISP or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Darren.
Darren, Ryan.
Hey,
Sure.
nice to meet you. We'll probably have our crime scene treaters coming up.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we were trying to cone it off so it can make the corner at least.
College.
All of them.
Yeah.
So these guys here, most of these that answered over there, nobody's seen or heard anything out of the ordinary. They were drinking last night with a group of guys at the corner club who live in this apartment over here this way. So. There, I came around back when we first got here, back door that was open, back up the prints, but I don't know if or not, it's pretty frozen. And then it came down this way, and there's one footprint that comes off the side here, right by kind of that bigger rock on the edge out there. I did create some tracks going up originally.
Who was on or how yeah.
Medical. He was the one running the warrant right now.
Yeah. Guys bring you training. All right. Like the man, 3 days. Yeah.
To the company, but they it's just padlocked and they don't make it.
I'm telling you, pig leg Pete.
but the house should be clearer than that.
Look how close that house is. You can really see how close it is here. Look how close this house is. Actually, look how close that house is. This one is closer than the other one. Look. And this is the camera. The camera is right here. But look how close these houses are. And this one has a back door. This is a good shot of how close these houses are. Yes, Mitzi. See, when this first came out, I thought that the surveillance camera was on this blue house right here because there's a door facing this direction. So I was just under the assumption that the camera was on that house by that door right there. But that's not the case. The way that camera makes it sound, they were right here in this yard.
If they're old, they're not pre-frozen, and then it looks like they came down this way, and there's one footprint that comes off the side.
Damn it, why is it doing this again?
Up originally on accident.
Who was first to respond? How did the call come in?
Yeah, they just got here.
Okay, thank you. I'll be right there.
I don't know, Tony.
Understands out in the parking lot.
I'll start these for you. I think he's going to move this.
Silver, I think. Shit, I swear. I think all this is, the rest of it is just him. Yeah. So, what did y'all think about the neighbors? Exactly, Sarah. And we know they were curtain watching because you can literally see them peeking out of the damn house. Literally. All of them are very quick to say they didn't see anything. I don't know. There's just so much about this that's just, and I don't know if it's because of everything that's come out since the plea deal or not, but I've noticed so much more in a lot of this stuff that I've watched for the last 3 years. Like just little stuff I've noticed. Every time I listen to that footage, I hear something different. Every single time I hear it, I hear something different. Something that I didn't hear the first time. Second time, third time, 5,000 times, because I think that's how many times I've listened to it. Well, and that's why I like watching it like this with y'all, because if I don't notice something, there's 100 other sets of ears that might. Know what I mean? I mean, I'm pretty freaking observant, but I miss shit all the time. Because, quite frankly, there's a lot of shit to miss. There's so much. So much going on. Well, you have to, Sarah. You have to. He asked them their names, but he didn't ask for their ID. Oh, hell yeah, they heard it. Absolutely. Absolutely. With as many of them as were going and coming out of that house all night, Tony, I listened to it all the way home from Montgomery today. My cousin was driving, and I just laid the seat back with my earbuds in, and I listened to it the entire way home, 2.5 hours, just to see what I could hear again, if there's anything else that I missed that stood out. I don't know. I have this, and I don't know how to explain it. But cases, sometimes in these cases, something bothers me. Like, and it takes me a little bit to figure out what it is. But there is something. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like there's something right. I feel like there's something that's important that we're not realizing is important. If that makes any sense at all. And the more that comes out about Mowich and Farley and now this nutty man who stabbed people in the head, the more that comes out about them, the more I'm beginning to think, and of course, this is my opinion, that I don't think anybody was meant to be hurt. I, I've always said I thought it was a message, but I think it was like just supposed to be a warning, like to scare them. I think that's why we hear the stop, 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 stop so much. Which would make sense as to why Farley would say that Mowich's condition was because he fucked up a job. Maddie wasn't involved with a police officer, to my knowledge. No idea, Julie Bear. I've not heard in any of these interviews that they were. Well, Snowline, if you look at these guys, if you look at these three gentlemen, if you look at their criminal activity, their criminal past, it's no wonder. Not to mention, they were also known as rug users themselves. So it's not like they were the, you know. That could be it too, Tony. It could be a number of things. I don't know. I just, for some reason, I mean, he could have fucked it up by not unaliving the right person. He could have fucked it up by unaliving people he wasn't supposed to. He could have fucked it up by leaving two witnesses. I mean, there's lots of ways that it could have been fucked up. Yeah, I don't know what I think about that one yet. I have my opinions, but I don't want to talk about it. I'm saving that for Patreon. What I do know, and I would bet every penny that I have about this, every one of them damn people that live in that neighborhood heard that shit. If you can hear screams and hollering on 2 separate cameras, come on. Especially as many of them who were in and out of them damn houses all night, there ain't no way they didn't hear it. Sarah, I ain't got time to do no damn flow chart. Possibility. Yeah, you can hear it on the Linda Lane footage too. It's not as loud, but you can hear it. I don't necessarily think that they are involved. Too young. The guy with his head down is too young. Farley's in his late 40s. Nicholas Mowich was 39 then. And this other dude that's stabbing people in the head at the casino, he's 41 then. These aren't young guys. Which, if you remember, back in the day when this first happened, I said, no way did somebody their age pull this off. No way. No, everything was almost over by then. I think that was just cleanup, to be honest. Yeah, I've never tried to profile another one. Because to be honest, it creeped me the fuck out that I was able to. Get a little too close for comfort into crazy people's minds. I don't know. I just can't. Yeah, I get what you're saying about Demetrius and Emma. But here's the thing about that situation. Here's the thing about those two. It's too obvious. Almost like with Brian Koberger. I feel like that situation is almost like a given. Does that make sense? Like they make the perfect patsies. And I do not think in this situation, in this case, that it is going to be, or that anybody involved is somebody that anybody would usually suspect. And it's also not going to be just your average Joe Blow drug dealer or crackhead. And here's another thought, and y'all take this for what it's worth. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Sarah, about the profiling. But think about this for a minute. So, I've never been able to wrap my head around what Brian Koberger's motivation would be, because I have never bought this theory that he was into one of these girls, and because they rebuffed his advances, he went after them like this. That has never made sense to me. Think about this. He has always kept things noted. Like he either does papers, studies, something academically about everything he does. And I almost feel like his academic record is his manifesto, if that makes sense. He kept track of, and if you look at the stuff he's done academically, it's almost like you can see the way he thinks. He had a much bigger motivation, in my personal opinion. I don't think that he had anything to do with the unalivings. I think he got caught in the crosshairs somehow. Do you see what I'm saying, Shell? Is anybody following me? Because I feel like I'm not making any sense. He's always had this fascination with these cases. And he's always had this fascination with their notoriety, the attention, the publicity. What better way to test your theory, prove that you're as smart as you think you are, than to take the blame for something you didn't do and exonerate yourself and remain completely quiet the entire time? You still get the publicity, you still get the notoriety. Your name is cleared in the end, but people are always going to remember your name. He is very smart, too smart to be driving his vehicle around that neighborhood if he planned on being the one who killed them. too smart to leave a knife sheath laying on the bed beside two of the bodies. The man is meticulous. Meticulous. I think that he picked up the person who took the shower downstairs. And I think that he was picking him up as Bethany came home. Stephanie, even if those complaints are true, I don't know. Do I believe that he's a creepy weirdo and probably a rude ass? Do I believe he's condescending? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because uh, if you know anybody who's above average intelligently, they always seem to think that they know everything. And in some cases, they do. But it comes off in their personality. And let's talk about that for just a minute. A lot of those complaints come down to perception. Look at the dumbasses that I have to deal with on a nightly basis who just make assumptions about the tone or the things, the context, or whatever that I'm talking about. The ones who think that I'm mad just because my voice is a little higher. Conceited is probably a better word, Mitzi. Well, and here's the thing, Madison. If he indeed was picking somebody up, then why couldn't he have touched that blade while, I mean, if there's somebody that he knows well enough to pick them up from a crime scene? I've always suspected that that sheath was planted. Always. I do think it was there. And I do think it was there when one of them was being unalived. But I think it was on somebody's belt. I think whoever used that knife had it in a sheath on their belt and they took it off intentionally. And I think that they were either kneeling, squatted, hovering, something over either Maddie or Kaylee, maybe both, while they were dying. And that's why the aspirated blood is on the sheath, because it was on their waistband, and that is why there's only minuscule drops. If you think about the injuries and you think about these men that we've talked about recently, and you add in their criminal history, the things they have proclivities for, so what if he bought it for a friend for their birthday? Yeah, me too, Tony, but unfortunately, we're never going to know that. I don't think the police put it there because it has aspirated blood on it. That knife sheath had to have been there when the girls were dying, because there are microscopic droplets of aspirated blood, in my opinion. And in order for that blood to have gotten on that knife sheath, it would have had to have been in close proximity to where they were when they were dying. But it doesn't make sense for it to have been beside them on the bed the whole time, or there would have been a much larger quantity of the blood on the knife sheath. Well, it wasn't his blood, it was skin cells. Good morning. I don't think that's the case, Lynn, because he didn't have people at his apartment. He didn't fraternize with people at all. Publicly or privately. Whew. All right, y'all, I've got to get off here. I got to get some sleep. I'm tired. I only slept 4 hours last night. This past week, I have gotten very little sleep, and I'm exhausted. It's a lot calmer over here, Mimi. All right. Now, y'all have a great rest of y'all's night, and I will see y'all tomorrow at some point. Night, everybody.